Welcome everyone. Across the Commonwealth, and especially in Africa and Asia, far too many students are still being left behind. Not because they lack talent, ambition, or dreams, but because the system continues to silence their voices, which need to be heard the most. In rural schools from Uganda to Ghana, girls simply miss class because they lack access to sanitary pads. In communities across Kenya, Nigeria, and beyond, students with disabilities are still shut out of classrooms, not by choice, but by design. The question we must ask isn't, are we doing better than before? It is, will we leave a better world for those coming after us? I believe the answer can be yes, but only if we realize the power of youth and inclusion. These challenges are not distant to me. I've seen them in my own hometown, in Tamil Nadu, India, where caste, poverty, and patriarchy weren't just social issues. They were everyday realities. Because inequality may wear different clothes, but it speaks the same language everywhere. I'm Naveen Shriram, and I'm running to be your special interest group representative, not to speak for you, but to stand with you, to build a Commonwealth where no student is invisible, no identity is a disadvantage, and no dream is too distant. We need to reimagine equity. Whether it's a girl from rural Zambia, a student with disability in Malawi, or a first-generation learner in Tamil Nadu, our fight is the same. Having worked with 2 CSA associated organizations, Studamatrix and Audacious Rain Foundation, I carry the value of CSA and good networking skills, and I know what it takes to turn ideas into tangible actions. And now, as your representative, I'll focus on 2 main key ideas. The first idea is institutionalizing inclusion and representation. Inclusion must go beyond symbolization. I will introduce a reservation model in CSA committees, ensuring at least 20% of the roles are reserved for underrepresented special interest groups, so they can shape decisions and not just observe them. Secondly, I would create student voice panels, a regular digital town hall where students share their lived experiences and pitch ideas directly to the CSA. I've built similar platforms before as the school student leader. Thirdly, developing a partnership network to sign MOUs with 10 plus institutions across Commonwealth and unblocking scholarship and access for marginalized students. With GUST, I'm already part of the International Youth Board, where we are developing South India's first inclusive undergraduate program in international relations, public policy, and lastly, I'll launch regional equity boards and inclusion teams to co-create solutions with indigenous, disabled, LGBTQA, and rural students, alongside an annual equity report to ensure transparency and accountability. Because real change requires representation with power and progress we can measure. Second idea that I have is thematic campaigns for systematic change. Now, let's talk about how we can turn inclusion into action. First, we'll roll out financial and digital literacy programs, especially for tribal youth, single mothers, and first-generational students, which I've already been working on in Studamatrix. And through my networking, I'll also be working with peers across CSA campuses and ministers of countries to co-create leadership boot camps to build skills in advocacy and communication for the special interest group students. I'll also bring in device banks with 10,000 refurbished laptops and tablets to improve the digital literacy, micro grants and mentorship for student entrepreneurs from marginalized groups. For women, I'll be launching 2 key campaigns. Pads Not Privilege, a period product drive across 15 CSA campuses because no girl should miss school for the lack of basic dignity. Inclusive Education Campaign is the second one, which is raising awareness on school re-entry for girl students and pushing for LGBTQA inclusive classrooms. Lastly, I will also organize Protected Identity Weeks across campuses, uplifting the voices of different special interest groups, while reminding the world that girl education isn't just a right, but it's a catalyst for long-lasting change. These aren't just campaigns, they are our promises, my promise, to lead with empathy, to act with courage, and to leave no student behind. I'm Naveen Shriram, and I ask for your trust, because this campaign is just not mine, it's ours. It belongs to every student who was ever told you don't belong, to every student who was muted, to every dream that was delayed, to every fight that felt too lonely. Together, let's make equity the foundation, not the footnote of Commonwealth Student Association. Let's build a Commonwealth where leadership is a right, not a privilege. Let's reimagine equity. Thank you, and the name is Naveen Shriram.
One Commonwealth!